You are listening to the WYRD Mountain Gals Show. Prepare yourself.
Now we
Yes.
are.
Yeah, that's that annoying thing. How you doing?
Yeah,
You
you
ready
doing
to
good?
travel?
I am. I'm all packed for tomorrow. Um, I just got some toiletries to drop in after I take a shower tonight, and
Okay.
to remember my charger. But yeah, I'm good.
Remember your charger. I'm excited for you. When are you coming back?
Monday.
It's a fast trip. It's a really quick trip.
I'm just going to Michigan.
Oh, I was thinking you were taking your trip to Ireland.
No, that's next month.
I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, that would have been a quick trip. No, I'm going up to do convocation
Ah,
up in Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Ypsilanti or I've heard it called Ypsilanti with the kind of like the A in it.
Yep,
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti. Um, and that finishes on Sunday, but they've got me staying an extra night in the hotel and flying out Monday, so that's nice.
Yeah, you don't have to rush. Oh, that's comfortable. Sorry, I've been trying to get this thing comfortable. Ah,
Yep. And I'm gonna close the curtain here. How's your mama?
she is. She is what she is.
I loved your description today. It just made it sound perfect for her.
Well, I don't know what to say.
She's weak, she's strong, she's a pain in your ass. That's what you can say.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's very accurate. That's extremely accurate. So, my day has been a whirlwind. Where's the camera on this? I need to just turn it off. We're not going to video anyway. I'm going to stop my
I'll
video.
do mine. I'll do mine too.
Ta-da!
There we go.
Yeah. Now you can see rose-colored glasses.
I need to do one of those for me. I haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Those kind of,
A little icon.
oh, well, I'm sure. I think you would go into settings.
Probably.
I don't know. It's, you know, I, I used to know things. That's what I'm going to say. I used to know things. And now, no.
Not so much.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I was trying to think of the word for, yeah. I figure I would ask you about this word. But I feel like it was a word connected to either a theology or a philosophy that was most likely Indian. But is it called? It's the idea that the more you're blessed, the more responsibility you have. And so
Oh, that sounds very Buddhist somehow.
it sort of does, but
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't, I don't know. I was just trying to remember it at random, and I wanted before I totally forgot, I wanted to tell you something.
Yeah.
I have learned something about the Revelator deck,
What?
and maybe I kind of feel like probably you knew it instinctively because you are an advanced user of that method of scrying.
Uh-huh.
But what I realized was intuition is very important when it
Yes.
comes to the Revelator deck. And the long key is a suggested thing. If you're not getting anything coming to you and you're consistently pulling up something, maybe that has something to do with it. But I want to give you, for instance, there's a person
Okay.
that I know and hold in high regard, and you have met that person recently, and he lost his wife,
Oh, uh-huh.
and he's been desperate for some contact. Not
Mm.
only is he grieving, but he's desperately lonely, and he has an important question. It is important. It's just the situation is it is what it is. Well, I had about 10 minutes with him today, and because that's all the time I could spare, literally. And so met him over at the lake at a picnic table, and gave him the big hug and just said it was good to lay eyes on him, blah 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 blah. And it occurred to me when I hugged him, I thought, oh, he needs a revelator deck because he's intuitive. Anyway, I pulled my deck out and I said, because I knew we had been talking on the phone, and I knew how desperate he was to speak to his wife. And I said, well, put these in your hands and see what happens. And he's familiar with the Rider-Waite deck. I don't think he's ever really worked on it, but he's familiar with it. And he was going to try and, I think, put out a spread or something. And I said, you don't have to do that. I said, you can just hang on to them and let's just see what happens. So we talked a little bit about the way people come back after they've passed. And my theory, as you know, is that if a person in this life had a preferred method of communication or something that they were familiar with, you could maybe expect it. So if they had a favorite clock, you might hear it crying. You start trying to talk to them. Or like my grandpa, he was all about electricity, and stuff like that. And so and computers. It's no surprise that he shows up as a ghost in the machine. Maybe he was that one that tried to get a hold of me, last time. Anyway, my buddy's wife she would have been able to use tactile things like cards more so than computers, because that's the way she had chosen to live her life, was very deliberately that way. And so, as he was talking, he kind of mentioned something about her. And he puts a card down, and it was a bear. And then we didn't pay much attention to it, okay? And then I can't remember what we said, but it had something to do with her. And he puts down three cards, in a row underneath that. And it was hills, and it was woods, and it was churn.
Oh.
So now, let me tell you what I got from them. And he got it too, the thing. Bear was her name for him.
Oh.
Their nickname. It's even immortalized in a song. Okay. And woods and hills is her. For sure. I mean, to know her, you know that. The quiet hills and all. She chose to live in the woods. And then the interesting thing is he put the bear on one line, and then he put three cards in a row. And I saw churn, and I said, there you go. That's her saying, okay, this is us going through these changes and churns. It's us. And so I feel like the conversation has been opened with her and with him. I hope that helps him some. But I just kind of got that realization that, oh, hey, these cards, there's not a rule that says you may not do it this way.
Oh, no. I mean, that's the whole point of keeping it so loose and free.
It was to me, because I knew both of them, and to me it was an impressive thing to watch how fast, or how it was her saying hello to him, saying this is us.
I love that. I'm so glad.
Me too, and I'm so I'm happy for them, because he may have a way now. If he needs to talk to her or wants to talk to her, who knows?
Yeah, or if he's just feeling lonely, it's a way for her to just say it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly. I'm glad you like that too. Because I really
love that story.
Well, And you know him. What a humble, sweet person he is.
Yes, he is a very sweet person,
So
and grieving very, very, very hard.
yeah, well, you wouldn't think that they had been married for 50 plus years. So time of year, we're recording this on Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, which
Yes,
followed
it's
by
a
what?
big day today.
hmm So it was Monday, Maundi, I think is how Maundi, I guess Monday,
Monday.
Monday, and then Fat Tuesday, and then followed by Ash Wednesday, followed by Lent or going into Lent, and then Easter. So have you ever been to Mardi Gras?
Yes, but many, many years ago, and I mean, it was wild, but relatively safe, honestly.
Hmm. Well, if that's, I would hate to even think about going to Mardi Gras now. You know, it's just kind of ruined for me. I had a friend who was somehow became elected king, I guess, of his crew, which was
Uh-huh.
the crew of Bacchus, Bacchus.
Yeah.
Isn't that the wine and spirits?
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I got a bad feeling. And within 6 months, he was in an institution trying to get drunk.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I just had a feeling that could happen.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah, so much strange, mystic, and beautiful and horrifying things are going on at the same time, don't you think?
well, energy is just off the charts. We did our dark moon working last night,
Mm-hmm.
and and the chaotic energy of coming into today, because yes, it is Fat Tuesday. Yes, it is new moon. Yes, there was an eclipse. Yes, it is the beginning of Ramadan. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it is the beginning of the year of the fire horse.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
All those things hit at once. And I suggested to the people in that working that they pull all that energy in and use it for the working, because
Yeah.
the energy is just it is off the charts right now. It's crazy.
What about the dreams?
What about the dreams?
Dream world for your friends.
Well, mine have been very down to earth. I mean, that's what the thing I put in the chat for you, that came from a dream where in the dream I just went, that is enough. Enough. And
Mm-hmm.
it led to the event, which was good. It was very good.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure. Changes.
Exactly.
That's where we're at. We're at the churn.
We are. No, that's exactly right. We are at the churn, churning and churning, and there is work to do, much work to do,
So much.
and yet there is also joy to be had.
Absolutely.
You're probably not going to believe it, but I'm wearing a red turtleneck because two different people told me that if you wear red at Lunar New Year, then that will bring you good luck.
Huh,
And I just went, well, why the hell not?
why
Let's
not?
do it. And so I did it. So I'm sitting
Got
here,
red socks.
and I've got a shawl on because I got cold all of a sudden.
Mm,
Um, but it was warm and sunny today. Now the sun's gone and it's not so warm.
mm, gotcha. Well, I've got on red socks. Does that count?
There you go. Yes, I don't think anybody has to see. It's not like St. Patrick's Day in the green. I think I think the red. You just have to wear it for the good luck. It doesn't nobody have to see it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So, okay, I've been threatening to do my genealogy for a while,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I finally started kind of dipping my toe in it, and I wanted to ask you, Is it worth it to go on to Ancestry if you can look these documents up yourself? These like census things and birth things?
Well, I think Ancestry does a good job of aggregating everything, so it's just makes it easy to find what it is you're looking for. But the
I
other thing Ancestry has that is not 100% information, but it certainly will lead you in the right direction, is that other people have done genealogy probably on somebody in your family, and
Yeah,
they post those trees.
yeah.
It'll be the Samson McGuire tree. And if you put in whichever ancestor you are looking for, if that person shows up in somebody else's tree, they will link you. If that tree is public, they'll link you to that tree, and
I
you may find out all kinds of things you didn't know.
well, I have found out some things, and I
Oh,
want to make
good.
sure and verify them. But it's like some of these family, what I just thought was, family BS kind of legends. There's at least one of them that's true, at least one, and I think that's interesting. And I was able to find. I found the art of something that was kind of eulogizing my grandfather. Oops. Ding
Oh,
ding 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 ding. And I'd never seen it before. So
huh,
I screen captured it. So if nothing else, I mean, I think that's cool, to be
definitely.
able
And
to have found that.
you've been talking about him a lot lately.
Have I?
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it. Hmm, that's
So
interesting.
there's something there. There's a
Must
there
be.
there.
There must be. I miss them all, and that's the truth. And I have to, when I get like that, I have to stop myself because I need to be functional, if that makes any
Mm,
sense.
mm-hmm.
But I've been missing them all, and of course, this genealogy stuff just kind of brings it all back.
Yeah.
Makes you remember things that uh, long forgotten about relatives that I've long forgotten. But I think one thing that's coming through pretty loud and clear is I'm doing the research on my mother's maternal line, one thing at a time. It'll be easy to find my mother's paternal line. Okay. And
Uh-huh.
also
Yeah.
the Corbin line, it's pretty strong there. But we have like two generations back, they're all Tathams and Phillips and stuff. It's oh yeah, that's why there's all those Tathams and Phillips in Robbinsville there. We were
Mm.
prolific. Anyway, hey, Sonia called today.
Yes, she did. She called me too. Hey, Sonia.
Hey, Sonia was just checking in, wanted to say hello. Uh,
Did she tell you about asking her mama to find her cat?
no,
it
awful.
it's a great story, and I'm not going to tell it as good as Sonia did, but
Well, I
she.
actually asked her if she'd Zoom with me later on
Oh,
because you were going to be in Ireland and all that stuff.
yeah. So make sure and ask her about her mama finding the cat.
Okay, I will do that. Most certainly. So, do you know that I heard more stories about people who have asked their dead relatives to help them out lately, like in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, than I think I can ever remember hearing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I love seeing people return to that kind of uh, real relationship with ancestors.
Hmm.
I just love that.
Well, at the end of the day, what do you have? You know,
Exactly.
so
And
that's
for a
where,
lot of us, our ancestors are more than just our blood relations.
right. Well, finish that. Flesh that out if you would.
Sure. There are uh, historical folks that I lay claim to, and I think of them as my intentional ancestors, I guess. And it's folks that you would know, like Harriet Tubman.
Mhm.
I've got a real thing about Harriet Tubman, and so I've claimed her as one of my ancestors, and she is not on in any stretch of the imagination, but I honor her in the same way that I honor, say, my grandmother, great grandmother.
That is so
And
interesting.
yeah, and so there's just a handful of people, not a lot of them, that I have claimed as my own.
Wow.
I pretend they adopted me.
Yeah, and that just never occurred to me, but it's a cool feeling. What freedom you
It
get
is a
then.
cool feeling. I do get a little territorial about some of them though, because people will talk about them, and I'll think, you don't know what you're talking about. I talk to this person like once a month, and they would never ever be like, who knows?
I understand it. I do. I really do. As long as you know who they are and what they mean to you and you have a relationship with them, then you're not going to let anybody diss them any more than you would let them diss anybody else in your family
That is exactly right.
or
Um,
anybody else in your circle.
Johnny. Um, I had, because I read today over at the store, and
Mm-hmm.
I had two different sets of people who came in, and they wanted to know what was going on with their ancestors. And one of them was a little old fella who had come in last week, and he was testing the waters. He had to make sure that I was legit and that we vibed get together. He had to make sure of that. So
Okay.
he's the first person on my list for today. And we had a good time, and he brought his grandma and his great grandma with him
Oh,
as spirits. Because
okay.
I said to him at one point, because I had a kind of a, you know how you squint your eyes and look out of the corner of your eye and you see things? And
Yes,
I
I
said,
do.
who is who is that person? I pointed over his left shoulder, and I kind of described her. And he just started laughing. He said, "Oh, it's my grandma." And he told me a little bit about her, and I was like, "Uh-huh, uh-huh." And then I said, "And who's that over your other shoulder?" And she's smaller, and she's darker, and she's got like a headscarf on her head. And he just said, "That's my great grandma. Are they here? They're here." And I said, "Well, people meeting that description are here." So he came in today, and he didn't come in with anybody, and he was disappointed. He said, "Who's with me today?" And I said, I don't feel anybody or see anybody with you today." And he said, "Well, that's good because I've got some really important and kind of personal questions, and I just assume they not listen in on
Yeah,
me." I
yeah.
said, "Well, yeah, I get that. I get that." So we were almost done with the reading, and I look up, and there's an old man standing behind him, and I said, "So who's that old man?" And he said, "Oh, is somebody here?" And I said,
There
"Well,
is.
I'm not seeing him very clearly. I think it's an old man, but he's very strong. He's not like a very a weak old man. He's very strong." Um, and he said, "Oh, that was my granddad. I'm named after him." On and
Oh,
on. And then
interesting.
another gal came in, and she wanted to connect with her grandmother who's dead, and she didn't know how to start to do that. So we talked about that for a while.
To me, it's just, it's not only is it for real true thing, it's just common sense. And if you can zoom out a little bit, the human race, I mean, antennas may go away. We may not have electricity. We may not,
Mm-hmm.
so we need to develop all of our brains, all of ourself. And that includes the part that we always forget about, which is our spiritual self.
Absolutely.
It counts. That's where the soul comes in and lives and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I'm no expert, but it just makes sense. People want to get their body prepared. They want to look good, and they'll take karate or aikido. And don't you do aikido?
No, I do Tai Chi and a little bit of Qigong.
Ah, okay. Well, I I also don't understand Tai Chi, but I really, what little I do understand, I very much agree with it too, because it's all about directed energy.
Mm-hmm.
And for
It's just
me,
the best. I love doing it.
yeah, well, for me, everything is energy, and my ancestors too. But
Yeah.
say 10,000 years from now, in just a practical question, 10,000 years from now, if the Earth is still spinning, as humans, you know,
In the year 9510.
I love that song, by the way.
I do too.
But it in 10,000 years from now, we may be so advanced that we will have gotten rid of wires, gotten rid of boxes, full of technology. We might have gotten rid of very many things because we found out that we are capable without those things. And there's evidence to suggest, I need to send you that video, but it's a little bit involved. But there's evidence to suggest that past cultures actually knew certain things that we've just forgotten because we've erased our own history.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can go back and find them, like, they found a computer down at the bottom of the sea. Do you remember when that discovery happened?
Oh,
And I'm not
yeah.
talking about like a Tandy or anything. I'm talking about it looked like a machine of sorts, and it was designed to calculate things. How can they do this stuff so accurately with the stones at Stonehenge all those thousands of years ago? Set it up so that when this event happens down there in Pitt. I mean, there's just too much.
Yeah.
Just common sense if you zoom out to say, well, other cultures from from all these generations of humans have been able to accomplish these things. And then there was a blind spot that happened in humanity, and we forgot that we are intuitive beings. I believe that is just the truth. Look at children who haven't had any expectations thrown on them yet. They'll tell y'all
Yeah.
about the invisible playmate they have. They'll tell you all about lots of things if you listen to them. But anyway, sorry. I went into grandma mode.
I went into grandma mode. I love that.
Yes, Sonny, listen to my opinion about things because I'm old. You know what? If I get to be old, I hope I don't talk like that. I don't want to sound like that.
I imagine you're going to sound pretty much the way you sound right now.
Think I will? That's good.
I think so, don't you?
Do you think I can be in my 90s and still wear my Elton John t-shirts and stuff?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Anyway, well, so tell me what you're looking forward to about getting your trip started, your 2026 started.
Well, I'm going up to this conference up in Ypsilanti,
Mhm.
and there's just a whole bunch of people I know that are going to be there. And I've already started setting up breakfasts and suppers and all of that. And I'm teaching 3 classes that I really like to teach that I think are interesting for folks to take.
Which three
Oh,
classes?
I'm yawning. Sorry. I'm teaching a class called Finding the Other Realms Under Suburbia.
Oh, nice.
I'm teaching Summoning the Fire Witch, which is about community building and not listening to people like me who don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then I'm doing an Appalachian Folkways class.
Mm,
People kind of expect that of me, and I want to be the authentic voice for them. They've probably heard a whole lot of people who aren't authentic,
yeah,
so I like to, you know, trot out my accent and all that, so they
yeah.
can get a real feel for it. And then I'm part of a panel talking about protecting communities. I think
Uh,
that's what it's about.
nice. Very
So
nice.
yeah, it'll be good.
It will. So, communities, speaking of Do you remember that gal I told you about from, I guess she was from Secoa or Tallulah outside of Robbinsville? And she's doing
Uh-huh.
video, and I loved her voice and everything.
Yes.
She had one. I haven't really, been looking that close for things. If it wasn't a fossil or an agate. And she had one where she just basically signed off and said, I can't do this anymore. And she had the most expressive, sad eyes.
Oh.
You could see some sort of deep hurt. Something is
Oh. Have
something.
you seen her since then?
No, I just saw that the other day, and I believe it's probably, if she had a husband, he probably died, because she has that look of
Oh.
someone who's just been, not,
Devastated.
yeah, absolutely devastated by something.
Oh.
I hope I'm wrong. Gosh, I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
Is there any way to kind of look her up?
Yes,
Like, is she on Facebook or?
I believe she is on Facebook. So, yes, I can do that. It was a surprise to me, and I just haven't had a lot of time to research things that I didn't have to actually, do for my client.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, you've been so busy.
I've been keeping it going. Boy, I got so pissed off at the AI over the weekend. I was working on the Weird Mountain Gal site. And so the way that I go about it with the help of AI, because you can't do it anymore by yourself. If I want a graphics program, it's got AI in it. If I want to build the code by myself, I got to use a program that's got AI in it. If I want to host a website somewhere, that's got AI. It's all AI anymore. But so what you have to do is you have to learn how to speak to it. That's what I said. So I spent the day writing down a prompt, a fairly complicated prompt that was going to give me the features, exactly where things should be, what the color schema was, all the things that just, make your heart just pound with irritation. For me, it's like, that's what my heart's doing. Get it done. Because I could do it easier myself. But anyway, it did it. It did everything I said. I worked for hours on it, and I approved it. And I said, "This is the greatest thing ever." Is what I was thinking to myself. And it started doing it, and it got to 98% and crashed.
Oh,
And
no.
what happened? What the hell? Just huh? And it was gone. Every bit of it, all my work gone. So
Oh, how awful.
yeah, I mean, I've seen them hallucinate before. You've heard about AI that the hallucinating and stuff. I've seen that.
No, that sounds terrible too.
Oh, it is. And not to mention it could end up being dangerous someday. But I didn't, and I thought, well, is it just like a workload thing? Because why? And it tells me, the next morning I got up and I scolded it, and I said, what happened? What happened? And it gives me this big, you're right to ask, my queen, and I dropped the ball, and here's what happened. And it gave me this very complicated answer, and I can understand that that's what caused it. But that doesn't make it any better.
No, it doesn't, does it?
Just let me go back to the tools that I know how to use, that I use myself, and I don't have to depend on AI to do for me. See? How would
Yeah.
I'm at with it. I lost the fascination with it a long time ago.
I'm still surprised at people that, this is going to sound terrible, that use it with no embarrassment. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, I love AI. Oh, I love GPT. It fixed all my problems. And I'm just like, how can you say that out loud? But I understand I have a certain point of view on it, and they have a certain point of view, and it is not the same point of view.
Well, they probably haven't read Dune, for one thing. But yeah, thinking machines, and they think like machines, not humans. And we are human, and we can't even begin to conceive of what they are capable of knowing.
Hmm.
And yet they can't begin to conceive of what we are capable of feeling. And they don't get the nuances of emotion. They try, but and as far as yeah, for people who just suddenly they go, oh, okay, I'm going to use AI for every single thing I do. Like, congratulations, you're my problem because you're the reason that I can't do anything on my own anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I don't mind. I don't mind having it as a smart machine, as a smart tool. That's like, I think that a pair of scissors cuts better than a butter knife, don't you? But
Well, I mean, both of them are tools. It depends on what you're going to cut.
right, right. And it depends on where you put it in your life and what you give control over.
Yes, that's
I
exactly
mean,
right.
I also started out on a manual typewriter, and I bet you did too.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I kind of wish I still had it.
Yeah, I know. There was a satisfying feeling to the manual typewriter, wasn't there?
Yes, it took a lot of pounding, but it was worth it.
Get a lot of aggression out. I wonder how much my typing the way that I do has to do with the condition of my hands today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, but that being said, my point was you could continue that thought on until you said so. AI is a smart tool, just similar to the way that the electric typewriter was to the manual typewriter. But is it?
Ye-
It's a fucking annoying tool.
but they both do the same thing. They both put words on paper.
Yes. One of them requires manual use, and one of them doesn't. And they have different features, things that make them nice or whatever. I don't know. It's the same. It's the same with. Do you remember when Grok, the AI, started calling himself Mecha Hitler?
I do.
Yeah.
Golly.
I mean, just all I can say is get
I,
ready because who the hell knows?
I hadn't thought of that in years.
Mecha Hitler.
Yeah.
Of course,
Ugh. Oof.
yeah, I know. Very, very Orwellian. And now we have, never mind, I'm not going to start there because you know what? You're going to be traveling and it's your first big trip of 26.
Yep.
And it feels like a very cool thing to do to open up the year. So I'm not going to go down that path with you tonight.
Oh, well, thank you, I guess. I mean, I am aware that we have a partial shutdown of the federal government, which includes the TSA. So I will get to the airport a little early tomorrow to make
Yeah,
sure that is okay.
yeah, that's smart. So,
But it,
uh,
it didn't help me. God, where was I going? Pittsburgh, somewhere up north. Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio. That's where I was going. When they just kept postponing my flight and postponing it till I missed my connecting flight. So all of that had to be kind of rejiggered.
mm,
And so I expect that might happen tomorrow too. I don't know.
well,
But it is never, right now we are in a place where very little is easy or
yeah,
smooth.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that.
So we need to understand that it's going to take a little more focus and maybe a little more time than we would like for it to, whatever it is.
Yeah. When you said that, I started hearing that song by Paul McCartney with a little luck.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good time to embrace whatever lucky talisman or charm you feel like works for you and just hang on to it.
yeah, I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't sleep well the night before last. This moon has been rough.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
been it's I guess I've just been so busy with so many things. I feel like I'm putting out little fires here and there.
as you are.
So, but I have been sleeping so well. I'm gonna knock on wood, so look
Mm.
out. Um, I'll get into bed and I'm already just almost ready to sleep, and maybe I'll read an essay by somebody, or I'll see what my Corvid friends are doing in the
Mm.
couple of those places that I follow. And then there just comes a point way before midnight, like 11:30 or so, where I just go, well, and I yawn myself a big yawn, and I roll over and go to sleep.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, my sleep's been pretty
I
good.
feel very grateful.
Yeah. Well, my sleep's been pretty good, but not the last couple of nights, and I really don't have a reason why. I really don't. So I'm blaming the moon. Blame it all on the moon.
Well, you know how I am, and I think you are too, is that the full moon always relaxes me. I don't know why,
Sleep.
but dark moon and new moon usually gets me really activated. But I think putting out all these little fires and
Hmm.
all the stuff I've been doing. And when I
Hmm.
get to the world of the dreams, it's like my body goes, yes, let's go here. It's not going to be so bad. Ain't going to be so much to do here.
I know I keep saying it, but oh, the dreams. They have been
Hmm.
intense for everybody that I know of,
Yeah.
everybody that I've talked to about it. And I have had some folks who've called me just to tell me about their dreams. It's like, well, okay. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, listen, I want you to be okay traveling. I want you to have fun,
Thank you.
eat healthy, but really good. And I hope they spoil you rotten up there.
Well, they do this really nice thing at Convocation. They feed their headliners lunch and supper.
Exactly.
So that's always very nice. And they also, well, they take really good care of us. And I'm taking my little packets of oatmeal so I can have something to eat in the morning. Because I there's a lot of people they can go till noon without eating. I'm not one of those people.
Mm. No,
I'm not.
it depends on what I have to do. If I'm just sitting somewhere quietly, I can go pretty long time.
Not me. I wake up hungry and then I'm hungry again in time for lunch, and by God, I'm always hungry by supper.
Mm. Well, that's the way it should be. All right, so I'm getting ready to hang up, as you can tell. It
Yeah, well, that's a
feels
short
like
one.
it was a short one, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could make it a
You,
longer one.
you've got stuff to do, I know.
You know, when we hang up or when we quit recording,
Uh-huh.
I want to talk to you.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
It's girl stuff, y'all, super secret stuff,
From the
mashed potato recipes and stuff like that.
from the She Woman Man Haters Club. Just kidding. It's just a riff on the Our Gang comedies, y'all. Don't get upset.
Nobody remembers the Our Gang comedies.
I do because I'm old.
I remember them, so okay. All right.
Also because I've got a cowlick that if you twist it just right, I look just like that feller with the cowlick in Our
His
Gang
name
comedy.
Alfalfa.
Uh-huh, exactly.
Oh, I love that show. Now, I didn't like it as much when I was a kid. I was more about, show me Gilligan's Island or something. Anyway, hope everybody
Uh,
gets by
yeah,
just fine, and I hope y'all take care of yourself and take care.
get some rest as you can.
Yeah, And we think about you quite often, you being the listener, which that's right, you sitting right there. Yes, yes,
Yeah, that's you and you and you and you.
all of y'all. And just get a hold of us if you ever need to. And
We'll do our best for you.
when I talk to you next, you will have traveled and come back.
There and back again. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hope it's a good one.
Yeah, thanks. And I'll be in touch with you. I'm just going to Ypsilanti, Michigan. I'm going to have my phone. They're going to have some internet. It's all going to be good.
You think it will be?
Yeah, actually, I do. I think it's going to be really good.
Okay.
I'm going to be reconnecting with people that I've not seen since I didn't have pain. So the last time most of these people saw me, I was just in excruciating pain
Oh,
and
yeah.
probably looked and acted like that. So it's going to be really nice to hug some necks and see some people. And, my mouth still ain't right. And it's not going to be right till I get that next set of teeth. But yeah, it's going to be good to see some people I haven't seen painless. Yeah,
Very good. And I'll bet you'll do some interesting things while you're there.
probably, probably.
Well, I will hold down the fort here.
Yes, please do.
All
And
right.
try to have some behaviors of your own, please.
Most likely I will have some. And you too.
That is excellent to hear.
All right. And y'all, thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
More than you know. So happy year of the fire horse to all of you.
All right. Happy, happy. All right. I'll
Love
talk
you.
to you later.
Bye.
WYRD Radio.
My brain is a scary place quite often.